picture's called Art Life. My mum, when I was young, always said, who's a writer, I remember her saying, art, like life, is a serious business. And I've called this picture Art Life, and also Death on his bomber jacket. And it was started, well, several things started it. I'd always adored a film that a friend of mine called Julian Keeling sent me by Werner Herzog. And it was about a woodcarver who was also a ski jumper. It's an early film, and it had the most amazing shots of him skiing through the sky with the blue behind and then the tops of the trees, and this very slow music as if he had slowed down. And then he's also cut with him carving bowls, turning bowls in his workshop. Very German, very beautiful, and this wonderful mixture of craft and art, and the art of doing something perfectly, and him with the wind. Anyway, it really stuck, sort of hung around and with me, this film, for a long, long time. And I kind of created this whole narrative around this, and I went back, took some photographs, and then it hung around in the back of my head for a long, long time. And I'm always worried about being an artist and anyone else who one might live with, how desperate it is for them. And it's part of the great unwashed, you never have any money, you're obsessed. And here I've done a picture rather like this woman who he's with, rather like Claire Danes in as a youngster with Leonardo DiCaprio in Romeo and Juliet, that wonderful Baz Luhrmann version of it. It was shot in Miami. Technically it was, and you know, you've got sort of solar panels, and I called him Vincent Heyman. My name is actually Vincent, one of my names, and Heyman's my family, my mum's maiden name. And I called her Lorna May, without whom. It's this kind of public declaration of love for her. And I wanted it almost to be like out of a country and western song. And then you got this kind of, I've been looking a lot at fires and smoke and as metaphors for things being burning up, partly what's been happening in Australia, and partly looking at a particular painter who I really rate, who's just died in America, British painter whose name I've forgotten, who I love. And anyway, Malcolm Morley. I went to see his show with in New York last year with Cecily Brown, who Abby were bowled over by this show, and kind of the way he builds the picture has really influenced me. Anyway, technically it was difficult to do this transparent thing, but I've just finished this print and I'm quite excited by it. I like all the bits going on and the quiet narrative in it, and I like the way that you're not quite sure what's going on, and it's still surprising me, which is always exciting. I'm sure I'll get bored of it soon, but there's a lot going on and it took bloody ages to make.